I'm back and I have something in my eye. Um, I've been having connectivity problems today uh, back here in my studio, which is at the opposite end of the house from the wireless router, and should not make any difference, but some days it seems to, and other days it does not. So I'm just going to jump right in. Um, I have a new picture. All I did, there's a box, and I just reach in and pull one out, and this is what I've got today. Um, she's she's in a goofy posture, but that's what she did. She put her hands on her knees, kind of like this, and her knees together and her feet apart, kind of a cutesy. I don't know what that posture means. I thought about moving the arms, and then I realized I got to move the legs too because they're goofy, and so I think I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave them like they are, but the one thing I definitely did wrong on this figure, um, I actually made her too thin. She's a little heavier than that, so not a ton, not a lot, but she's a little bit bigger than this. So I'm just gonna widen that a smidge, and that'll make it look more. I've got a photo over there, so something to work with. That's good. Once again, I forgot to put my little earbud in my ear, so I'm going to try it now. It doesn't seem to make any difference if I'm facing the computer, but it makes a big difference if I'm facing away. So I'm going to put it in. I got to hold it there and wait for the little thing to go doop. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Sharon Moore has joined. Stellar Miller likes. So, okay, there's at least 2 people who are conscious that there is a video going on. That's excellent. All right, I'm going to drag the volume up. And, all right, slick and professional as always. Okay, so like I say, the only thing I did wrong in this picture is that she's actually a little bit bigger than I've portrayed her here. So I'm just going to go ahead and make her just a touch, just a smidge thicker all around. This one looks about right. Up here, really only just a hair. Where it really shows that it's off is down on her thighs. I made her thighs kind of skinny girl size, and well, she's not. So, gotta make them massive or anything. They're not massive, but they're a little bigger than that. So they don't match. They're too skinny for the rest of her body. I've decided not to change the rest of her body. So there we go. We got her just a little bit bigger than she was. Probably your feet need to be a smidge bigger. All right. So there you go. I come back to a drawing, 8 years after I did it or something. I'll immediately see a flaw in the drawing. Go, oh, that leg's too long or too short, or the head's too big for the rest of it, and I'll erase something and come back and do some corrections. Okay, so now the question in front of me is, what the heck is it? What's going on here? I've got this this girl. She's cute, and she's in a cutesy posture. This posture is a very it's cutesy. I don't know how else to describe it. So I think what I'm going to do is just exaggerate the cutesy part. Just take what I got and go a little further. So I'm going to put a bit more of a smile on her face. Which is currently coming out looking horrifying. Don't worry, I'll work on it. Or it'll just be horrifying. Yeah, that's always a possibility. All right, that didn't go. That did not work. I've known guys who draw really well, but they refuse to do the kind of thing I'm doing, be live on camera, and they say, doesn't matter how well I draw, I screw up if I'm in front of an audience. And so now they just refuse to draw in front of an audience. I understand the fear because I sometimes screw up in front of an audience, but I don't know. I think they know me and just go, yeah, it's Gil. He's a wacky dude. So, okay. I widened her smile, which means you're going to have to widen those cheeks. They got to go. And, they got a somber face, smiley face. The cheeks have got to poof out. So, you got to do that. Hiya, Sharon. How are you? It used to be that how you doing was a greeting, it's just, it didn't require an answer. You'd say, how you doing? And somebody'd say, how you doing? And then, you just go on with the rest of the conversation. But I don't know if you've noticed, but everything's screwed up right now. And so when I say, how you doing? I'm really wondering how you're doing. So I'm wondering how you are all doing and how you are handling our sequestering, our quarantine. Sharon, I know you're going to be furloughed. I'm actually kind of assuming you're furloughed now because you're on in the middle of the day, which you're usually not. And that sucks. So yeah, I worry about things. Things are worth worrying about. Not that my worrying is going to make any of it any better. But I worry. You could go one or two ways when this girl is smiling like this. You could make her eyes really big, like Anime Girl or something. We could do the anime thing and make her eyes huge. Or she could be one of those people who squints when she smiles, and I don't know why, but this is... I've got a photo, and she's not really squinting. She's just kind of like this, but I'm going to go ahead and make her kind of sort of squinting at the camera, squinting at the world because she's smiling. Charcoal's a little like paint. You put something down, you smear it out, erase a little bit, put some more down. It just kind of goes back and forth. So, okay, that feels like something. Went from cute to extra cute. And now the question is, what else are you going to do with it? you have to kind of be annoying to yourself when you're doing this kind of work. You do something, and you just got through doing something that came out really cool, and you go, that's great. Now what? And then, because you gotta come up with something else. What's okay? Nice girl, in a cutesy posture. She's got a cutesy face. Uh, now what? Now what? And you just kind of keep doing that, like keep the idea flowing. That's in and of itself. This isn't much of an idea. Uh, it's just sort of a canvas that I'm going to try to have an idea with, and I think yesterday we turned a girl into a fairy. She was a little skinny, waif-like, pixie-like model, weighed about 90 pounds, and we turned her into a fairy. And this model is about the opposite of her, and I think I'm going to turn her into a fairy too, just because, why not? So, do fairies have antennas? This one does. And sort of butterfly-looking wings. I did the butterfly-looking wings instead of the long dragonfly skinny wings like I did on the girl I did yesterday, because that's how much room I had over here on a piece of paper. If I wanted to do something long and everything, I don't know, maybe I could have done them in perspective or whatever, but this is going to be more visually interesting than the other. And I stop and read something here for a while. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Sorry about that. And yeah, John Calvert and Lori Supers Rosetta. Hey guys, it is great to see you here. Thank you for joining. Yeah, God, Sharon, I'm really sorry to hear about Blue. I just somebody passed away yesterday. I just found out about a guy from my high school, and we were not friends. He was probably the most popular kid at my high school, which means he was the golden boy who could get away with absolutely anything, including being brutally horrible to scrawny little dorks like myself. And he was. But, we haven't seen each other since then. And just in the last couple months, there's been talk about a reunion. They just announced yesterday, a day before, that they've canceled our reunion that was coming up in a couple months, and so I'd been on the Facebook group for the reunion, and I'd actually talked to this guy a couple of times. I couldn't tell you if he remembered who I was or anything, probably not. But there were conversations about music and various stuff like that, and so yeah, so I was just talking to him 2 weeks ago, if at most, I think, and something happened in those ensuing 2 weeks. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know something happened to him. He's gone, and I can't say that I'm all choked up because, like I said, we weren't good friends, but still, it's just kind of it's startling to just go, oh my god. I don't know if it. I meant to go find out if this was a COVID thing or something else. I guess odds are increasingly good if you hear about somebody right now. I have a reference photo for the girl. I do not have a reference photo for the fairy wings. I'm just doing that from memory because there were a lot of them in the woods around the house where I grew up. She has her hair is going up in little curls, but I'm going to exaggerate that and make it go up in more little curls. Wearing butterfly earrings. Butterflies help me feel better. Well, feel better. Yeah, butterflies are awesome. I had to jump up and grab Tiger the cat by the scruff and keep him from eating one a couple days ago. We're sitting outside having coffee, and he jumped off my lap and I realized he was after a butterfly. There have been pigeons and doves in the yard, and I kind of wouldn't mind if he'd go eat as many of those as he wanted to, but then there's all kinds of other birds in the yard, and of course I don't have any idea what he's after when he starts off. So I just grab him or yell at him, and then I kind of go, oh, he was going to kill a pigeon. Well. But I'll stop him anyway. I was talking to Jason yesterday, and he was asking me what I was going to draw. Told him I was going to take requests. But so if you want to throw something at me, feel free. I can pull out another piece of paper, or I can start doing weird things to this one. I don't mean weird things the way, well, I don't know. Whatever you want. I'm going to give this a little background. Not a detailed background, just a background. It's kind of frivolous and silly looking. That's all right. I like it. I like putting down some charcoal and then smearing it around. It gives an overall gradation of tone. And then when I come along with my little white chalk and add things, highlights and stuff, it shows up a whole lot better. And so you can kind of build up in both directions. If I had just left it the original color of the newsprint, this white chalk would hardly show at all. So that gives me a nice place nice mid-tone to work backwards from and forwards from. I can make it darker, I can make it lighter, like it. And what's she sitting on? What do you think she'd be sitting on? See, the light's just pretty much coming down straight from the top, so I'm just... I mean, in drawing class, she's just sitting on that wooden platform. We threw a couple blankets on top of it, give her some padding, but apart from that, there's an art movement out there where guys, they just draw they just, if they draw a life drawing model, they'll draw her in the life drawing studio. She's sitting on, besides her butt, smart Alex, a stump, a toadstool, a rock. I went with the toadstool. Yeah, I just see fairies that way. Fairies on toadstools, so we're going that way. And I was saying something really smart about something. They have people drawing in the life drawing studio, and they'll draw the model, and then it's like it's a, I don't know, an artistic statement or something, that they just draw the studio behind her. They just draw like other people drawing or something like that, and it's like, I don't know, that's cute once in a while somebody does that, but they do painting after painting after painting. It's just like model standing on model stand, and God, how boring! And some of it's really well done. I mean, just amazing work. And did I cuss? I didn't cuss. I said frog. I said frog. But yeah, boring stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna do maybe a couple toadstools. Why not? Those of you who know me well know that my favorite artist in the entire universe is Frank Frazetta. And some of you might know that that's Frank Frazetta's daughter sitting over there in the audience today. So nice to have you here. Yeah, he drew the occasional fairy sitting on a toadstool, for come to that. So that's cool. I don't think he was much of a charcoal artist guy. He had some great life drawings. There was a couple books, sketchbooks I bought a few years ago. Had some life drawings in them. Those were great. Charcoal's really my only medium that I particularly excel at. My oil paintings, well, eventually I will have a really good oil painting, but I'm not free and loose and natural and comfortable doing an oil painting, whereas in charcoal, I've done so many that it's just second nature. So my charcoal drawings tend to be better than the rest of my work. What else? Went out and mowed the lawn today, and it's friggin' hot already. It's just Phoenix, Arizona. It's not supposed to be hot here. Charcoal is awesome for drawing. It's also easy to get a sense of volume with it. It certainly is, and the cool part is you get it all over your hands, and I like that. Hot more often than not, Sissy. Yeah. Well, you're from Germany, so you know, uh, it's probably always hot in your mind. Going back, sometimes I miss people's comments, and I don't mean to. I don't mean to ignore anybody. So, let me see. I feel like I'm not being all that clever with this one. Just that kind of. Set of wings. I don't quite know what this stuff is. I'm just drawing some bug looking appendages on her wings. I was struggling with my internet connection right before I started here, so I'm glad to see I'm still here. I was afraid it was going to be one of those days. There's supposed to be a much more discernible shadow under here and along like that. It's kind of the combination shadow from her boob and from this arm, and then that's about all you can really see of her body over there. But I wanted to darken that because there's also a bit of reflected light bouncing off of her belly and up into the underside of her boob. So you get a little little warm glow right there. It's very nice. Photographers go to a lot of trouble to set that up when it doesn't happen naturally because it just films much better. Uh, movie do that in movies. They set up reflectors and stuff. So make this a more romantic scene. You get a orange colored reflector so that you get that hot peachy reflection in the side of your cheeks and stuff like that because skin's very, very reflective. I saw one signal stall, but it's going strong in them. Oh, signal stall. Okay. I envisioned entirely the wrong thing. Like a vendor's stall, guy selling signals at a street fair. Because my brain works like that. I'm sorry, I'm just a little slow. Very quick to come up with something creative that's completely off topic. I've been looking at possible alternatives to life on Facebook, such as life on Reddit, or what did I just look at? I wanted to ask you guys about it, and it was something like "we me" or "why me," like WIMI. Maybe that's entirely wrong. I don't know. It was something interesting. Maybe it'll show up in my Google search if I wander off over here to my Google and say, the answer to that question is no. It does not show up. I was just reading about it. Anyways, it's some kind of a new, relatively new social media thing. It's supposed to have a lot more freedom, and I don't know. It's not the big popular thing, but it's gaining. I'm not going to bail on Facebook unless I feel strongly driven to do so, which so far I don't. But I've had a couple incidences lately that have made me kind of go, it's like they banned one of my pictures, and it was like this, it was a life drawing, maybe a bit more straight up and genitalia present, but I mean that's stuff I've posted every single day for for 10 years. But I hang on a sec. You got an invite? Okay, so I tend to like Facebook since I'm already here. Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah, we me, right? Yeah, is that it? Somehow it doesn't sound all right. I was just looking at an article now. It doesn't sound like. Okay. Yeah. If I hadn't gotten banned the other day, and then I don't know, right after that, I tried several times to do a video, and I couldn't. And it seems sort of like a connection problem. It was probably just a connection problem. But it's like I would get Facebook up and running, and I could do anything. I could navigate around. I could answer questions. I could go look at things, comment on things. And then when I hit go live, I would lose my connection, and it was starting to make me paranoid. Um, yeah, Stellar says one incident in 10 years, and you're doing good. You're right. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get too freaked out. But then I have heard a couple other people say that they got banned for something that's just like, okay, if this went sideways, uh, what the hell else would I do? Because I've got all my eggs in this one basket, and so I was looking at some other things. I wanted to know if anybody had been on Weemy and had any experience or what you thought. Um, I have been on Reddit, and that's very active, but not my stuff. My stuff was, I think I would, I'm starting over from square one, trying to generate a crowd or generate interest. So I got like 2 people following me on Reddit, and I haven't posted in weeks, so they're probably not following me anymore. Kaylee popped up without her shirt on. Well, yeah, she was 3. People people freak out. My image just froze on the screen. Froze. Speaking of, maybe we should stop speaking about it because I just had this like frozen image in. Okay, I'm sorry, Facebook. I won't say any more about it. I won't talk about Reddit anymore. All right, so there we go. A happy little fairy, and I don't really know what else I want to do with it. Maybe I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this. Yeah, I know what I want. I want to give her some flowers. I give the other girl some flowers, and I like that. That was fun. So I'm gonna put some flowers in her hair. All that. It's kind of weird. I guess there are some very tiny flowers, aren't there? I was gonna say I kind of implied that she's a tiny little fairy because she's sitting on a toadstool, and now I put these tiny flowers in her hair, and it's kind of like you lose your scale and you start to lose them. How big is this thing anyway? But there's some tiny flowers. So that's fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Some little highlights and glints to her hair. Not too much, just kind of make all this stuff kind of sparkle and shimmer just a little bit. You do get that kind of effect, uh, particularly in camera. It actually frequently looks better in the photograph than it does in real life. But and then I'm gonna do some things in the background. It gives it some atmosphere and also kind of carves out the edges of those wings. I like that. But I don't know what this is. This is just some out of focus, shimmery, sparkly stuff, or the cottonwoods are shedding and everybody's getting allergies, or something like that. Something like that going on. So here we are. And that's that. I think I'll stop there. And what is our time? 39 minutes. Okay, so I've been boring for the last 9 minutes, and that's good. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Today, if I'm not mistaken, is Thursday. So we have one more day this week. So I'll come back again tomorrow at 2. And if anybody has requests, please feel free to ask me to do something, demonstrate something. If you're something like, how do you do this or that? I'm happy to answer those questions, and I answer them better in a demonstration than I do in an explanation, and I sure am better talking than I am typing because I'm awful with typing. And speaking of high tech things and typing, you can go to patreon.com and support my ass with $1 a month in the tip jar. Patreon.com/Gilead. I'd really appreciate it. You'd save my life. And okay, I'm going to sign out and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.